So I had one of my drives about a week ago, out in the countryside, trying to find new places to photograph, and I came across this Baptist church, and it's old. It's like really old, like 1820s old, and you just don't see those very often. And it had kind of a couple of features that I thought could lend itself to really photographing quite well. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here soon. I'm heading that way. I've got about an hour and 20 minutes until sunset. I'm not sure right now what the sunset is going to be like. It's kind of iffy. So this might be a bust. I might be going back at a later date, but I'm hoping that the clouds cooperate and they part enough to let the sun through, because there's enough clouds in the direction of the sun that if it sets how I want it to set, it could be really, really pretty. And I used my app about a week ago when I was there to just check where the sun will be setting, and it's literally going to set in the trees right behind the church. So it's got potential for me to kind of get a sun star, or maybe just some real colorful clouds. I like it. In my mind, I have a vision of what it could look like, and I'm going to see if I can create that vision. But again, sometimes you're at the mercy of what Mother Nature gives you, and I'm not sure what's going to happen tonight. So I'm crossing my fingers. So I love this church. I found it about a week ago, and as soon as I saw it, and I saw this leading line, this old gravel partial driveway that kind of heads through the field right to the front doors, I knew it had real potential. And then when I got my app out and I saw that the sun sets directly behind it, I saw even more potential. I don't know if I'm going to get a picture that I want tonight. The sky is kind of muddy right now. It's really going to have to clear up for me in order to get the image that I really want to have. Even if it doesn't work out, I'm here and I'm going to spend some time figuring out what I think the best composition is. And I've got some options. I can go really low. I can go high. I'm not sure what's going to showcase the church. The leading line, there's an old cemetery next to it as well, which has really got some potential. And then of course the sky. If the sky is fantastic, I need a lot of sky in my shot. And I feel like to really make this shot, I gotta get a good sky. So this might be one of those pictures that requires several trips in order to get the image that I wanna get. Tonight, I'd say I got about a 15% chance of getting a really good image. I just need those clouds to clear out a little bit to let the sunlight through. Right now they're kind of thick. Driving down here, I could tell that there wasn't much of a horizon, not much of an opening. I was hoping actually also to get like a sun star at the tree line when it was dropping. That's not going to happen tonight. I know that the clouds are too thick, but I might get color. And so if I get color, it'll save it. And so we're going to see. I'm going to mess with my compositions right now. So I've been taking some pictures of the sky. I've got a composition that I think I like. It's moody. It's really kind of dark and stormy, so I'm going to show it to you. I'm not sure if it'll be my favorite shot that I get here, but it's better than it was 15-20 minutes ago. What I'm really hoping is once the sun sets, which isn't too long from now, that it'll kind of light the sky behind the clouds and turn it a bit pink. So I'll get the storm clouds with some pink hue behind them, and then the church down below. That right there is probably the best case scenario at this point, because I'm not going to get a stunning sunset, but there is still a chance I'll get something that is pretty worthwhile. And I'm going to show you my composition right now to tell you what I've been thinking about. So this is my composition right now, and I'm kind of going back and forth between centering the church right in the middle at the bottom, and then also leaving it off to the bottom right, because there are some gravestones on the left-hand side, so I'm trying to balance it. So I'm going to shoot both and see which one I like more. But you can see I've left a lot of room for the sky, because I'm hoping the sky is going to give me something worthwhile. Right now it's good, but not great. If I could get some color behind those storm clouds, then it would be great. So I think this is the composition. It's simple, it's clean, it's minimal, and it allows for a great sky. And I have a feeling I'm going to photograph this spot a lot, because it's got such a fantastic leading line that takes the viewer of the photo right up to this church that was possibly built in 1820. And then whatever Mother Nature gives us above it just adds to the overall, impact of the photograph. So I can see it being beautiful at sunrise, sunset, in the fall, in the fog. So this will be a go-to spot for me for sure. So if there's one takeaway from this episode, it is be willing to adapt, be willing to change your expectations, and sometimes you'll be pleasantly surprised. So I was driving here with the thought of pink skies, glorious light shining down on the church, maybe even like a sun star behind it. And when I arrived, I had flat, boring, cloudy skies, and I thought it was a total washout. I wasn't going to get anything. And now what I've got are really moody, stormy skies. These are huge thunderstorms way off in the distance. They're actually almost to Atlanta, but I'm seeing the tops of them here. And they are creating a very different look and feel to the photo that I'm getting. But the more I shoot the sky, the happier I am with it. It's kind of coming together in a very unexpected way. So I think at this point what I'm going to do, I'm about to be out of light. The sun set a little while ago. I'll probably return and try to shoot it in really good, beautiful pink, purple, orange, red light, whatever I get, and then I'll show both of them to you, and you'll see one should be very moody and one should be very ethereal, and I think they'll each have their unique beauty to them. And to me, that's just the beauty of landscape photography, and it makes me glad I came out here. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap up today, but I think I'll probably resume this video, who knows, the next time I get a chance to drive down here and the light cooperates for me. All right, so back again. I brought my family with me. It's a Saturday night, and I thought I'd come check it out because it was looking kind of promising. At the house, there were a lot of clouds, kind of the high clouds. You can kind of see them up there. Maybe it's probably a little overexposed on here, but I don't know if they're going to be around by sunset. We got about 30 minutes. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe they'll stick around, or some others will float in. it's all about the timing sometimes. And yeah, so I'm hoping it happens tonight. I'd love to get a colorful sky. I've got the same composition here, so I haven't really changed anything up. I really like this composition. It's very simple, but it works, I think. I think it's going to be the most impactful way to photograph this spot, in my opinion. Of course, everybody is subjective with their compositions, and that's the beauty of photography. But I've got my wife and kids over there just kind of exploring. I wanted to show them this place because it's really a neat place. You don't see buildings like this very often, at least here in the United States. And so to see it standing here and it's still being used, I can tell, it's pretty incredible. But we'll take a look here in, I guess, about 20 to 30 minutes and see what the sky's doing for us. Here I am again. It's the third try. Will there be a fourth? I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good this time. The last two times I was hopeful, but I kind of had this voice in the back of my head that was saying probably wasn't going to happen. Maybe I was going to get lucky, but no, I'm here again. This time though, there's some really high clouds and a lot of them. And when I was driving over here, it didn't look like the sun was going to get blocked at the horizon. And that's kind of the final piece of the puzzle tonight. So we're going to see. So anyway, I'm just going to wait. I already took my foreground picture with the light being pretty decent, and I'm just going to hope the sky pops. I'm sure some of you are probably wondering, like, why does he keep coming at sunset? He keeps getting foiled. Maybe he should come at sunrise and get like the side light or something. And here's the reason why. I like the white church against the dark trees behind it. And if I was to shoot it at sunrise, then all of that would be lit. And there wouldn't be that contrast between the very white church and all of those trees. So that's why I really like it. What I'm missing is the great sky. So if I got a great sky, the white church contrasting against those dark trees, I think it could all come together. Have you ever seen the movie Groundhog Day? That's kind of how this is going. So here I am again. It's my fourth try. When I came out tonight, I wasn't thinking I was going to get a great sunset. I was thinking I'd get possibly some sunlight coming through these clouds, because right now there's a hurricane down in the Gulf and we're getting some really cool looking clouds up here because of it. And sometimes they can be very dramatic and they can really be impactful. So that's what I came for, and I am getting some dramatic clouds. I'll actually post what I'm taking right now, because it's pretty decent, I think. It's not too dissimilar from the one I took 2 trips ago, like a couple weeks ago. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna see this through. I will come here 15 times if I have to get my sunset photo, and this will just be a very long episode if that happens, because I am documenting every trip. And if nothing else, it is proof that you have to sometimes be very diligent to get the shot you want, unless you composite. But I'm not going to do that. I feels like I'm cheating. So I'm going to get the shot. I'm going to get the sky I need. I'm not going to composite it. I'm just going to wait until Mother Nature gives it to me. And I'm going to get some drama tonight. All right, so I am going to mix it up a little this time. Now I'm going to try to get creative. I've already taken a couple of dramatic shots of the sky, and now I'm going to put an ND filter. I'm going to put a 6-stop on. What that's going to do is it's going to allow me to slow my shutter speed a fair amount, and I'm going to blur these stormy, ominous clouds that are in the sky, and I'm going to give them a bit of movement. And the direction that they're moving is, I believe, mostly away from me, so I'm hoping it'll kind of complement the leading line of the road or the driveway. So I'm hoping that'll turn out okay. It's something different, and I've tried a lot of things out here, and I'm still waiting on my sky that I want, but I'm gonna, again, as I've said so many times, take what Mother Nature gives me. All right, here I am again. I'm not even going to make a prediction this time. I'm not going to say I have a good feeling about it. I'm not going to say anything because this is like my 6th visit, maybe. Could be my 6th visit. So I'm back again. There's clouds. The sun is setting somewhere. I have a camera. The church has gone nowhere. I do have an impromptu workshop session going on because my 2 young boys are with me. But that is actually a really good thing. And they each have a camera and they're running around taking pictures of who knows what. But at least, hopefully they're getting a little love of photography right now. I would love for them to join me in future outings. So I wait and I'll see what happens. And maybe I'll get lucky and I won't come back a 7th time or 8th or whatever number I'm on. We'll see. All right, you all. I think it's finally happening. I'm getting some really good skies. It's starting to turn more and more pink. Hopefully you can see that above it. And it's getting better by the minute. I think it's finally happening. So we've had just like changing colors, some pinks, some purples, some oranges. I think what's happening is at the horizon, there's breaks in the clouds, and so it's letting the sun through, and then it's hiding the sun and letting it through and then hiding it. So it's just been changing constantly, but I've finally gotten some color. There's lots of clouds above. I mean, the whole sky is full of clouds, so I know I'm gonna have some texture. Finally, it's paying off. I'm pretty sure this is going to end up being a shot that I'm happy with, and I'm glad I can share it with my children, even though they're not quite as enthused, I guess, about the colors. They're more just goofing around. I'm pretty happy. I think this is finally happening, finally getting a colorful sky. It's been a long time coming. And so you're about to see it right now. You saw my moody shot earlier in the video. Here is the sunset shot. And it finally paid off for me. The lesson from this episode is persistence does pay off eventually. It might take a long time. Eventually it pays off. Thanks for watching, y'all. So a funny thing happened. After all of those trips, this was not my favorite image. This is the image that I was seeking. This is the image that I really wanted to capture. I wanted a very pink sky, almost fiery sunset over the church, and it was what I imagined. But after spending so much time there and trying some different compositions, I got creative with one of my visits and I did this longer exposure of the clouds, and I kind of like this one the most. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your favorite down in the comment section. And please like and subscribe to our channel. We want to grow with you and share our knowledge, and I hope you can join us. Thank you.